Welcome to Apaxim World at Evolution. And the title of today's dissertation, I just don't get it. See, I don't get it. Why isn't that nobody, Catholics don't know here that you cannot go to Holy Communion in a state of mortal sin, which includes religiosum voluntatis et intellectus obsequium, which includes obeying the teachings of the church. There are certain sins that are mortal. Being a Freemason is a mortal sin. It's not only a sacrilege, but it has consequences. Look at what happened to Judas when he went to communion in the New Jerusalem version. In St. John, the Gospel of John, it says that Satan entered him. St. Paul also said that there's many sick amongst you because you don't approach the supper of the Lord, knowing who he is. Come on, man, this is like the shaking out of God. Don't you remember in the times of Moses, the priests, they even used to tie a rope in their feet. You cannot go to Holy Communion in a state of mortal sin. Bad, evil things could happen. I'm a witness. I lost my faith in 1991 because I went to communion dismissing it. Because since I, read my book, alvear.us, alvear.us, it's a testimony how God was merciful and gave me back my faith. And it's in Spanish. Sorry. No. But God is merciful. He's kind, but He's a Father. And there's one thing that is of supreme, utmost importance, is that the Logos became flesh, and the Logos became bread, Eucharist. The flesh becomes. That's the only thing we must fear. There's no other thing, because He's God. He's the kingdom of the Messiah on earth. Haven't we been taught that the Eucharist is the source and summit of our faith? We're Catholics. It's the supper of the Lord. That's what it's all about. So I'm just amazed that they weren't taught. I remember when I was a kid. That's what they taught us. And you don't want to break that, man. The Eucharist, you never go without going to confession. With the intention of deceit. What horror. In knowingly, in rebellion against the teaching of the church. Like Father Frank Pierre. The Holy Spirit took him because he shouted that he would not subject himself to the teachings of Holy Mother Church in 2003 in October in Mass. I wrote a letter to the Vatican. What a scandal. That's horrendous. Doesn't he know? But then again, it just amazes me why didn't they go to First Communion? Didn't they teach them who's the Lord? You need to clean your feet before you go before the Lord. You need to go to confession, especially in mortal sin, and you're never in them. That's why the sins, adultery, you cannot go to communion anymore. Guess why? I'm celibate, man. It's dangerous, man. Well, anyways, I thought you needed to know, man, because it appears that here, nobody thought, it's the Catholics here, who the Eucharist is and what the consequences are. So remember, no? And now you cannot be in dissent with the teaching office of the church, and you cannot be in mortal sin. It's not the sins that you imagine they are. It's what is written in the Catechism. It's in the Ten Commandments. It is simple, very simple. Very simple, not hard. So just saying, because I'm tired of seeing so many people sick and dying and things, man. And it's all because of that. So if they didn't tell you, I'm telling you. May the Lord bless you. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Remember, go to confession, man. The Eucharist is God Himself, the Logos. Bye-bye.